Hey guys, my name is Aaliyah Carter. I am 21 years old and I play Division 1 volleyball at Kansas State University. So, I just wanted to make a video about being a Division 1 volleyball player and my journey in college so far. Um, I played volleyball here at Kansas State for 4 years, and I decided to take my COVID year or my fifth year at K State. And I kind of just want to talk about freshman through senior year and my hopes and expectations for my fifth year. I kind of just want to start by talking about what got me into volleyball, really. Um, so, I started playing competitive club volleyball when I was about 12, 13 years old. My parents made a big jump in doing this. I loved soccer and I loved playing soccer, but I had to decide between volleyball and soccer in order for me to play at this club. I guess fast forward a little bit, I went to Wahlert Catholic High School. We saw a lot of girls commit super early. Like they'd be committing to college freshman, sophomore year of high school. But I knew I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to weigh out my options and figure out who I want to be. Where do I see myself playing? Am I going to be able to play there? So I had my deadline set for junior year club season, and I went on a whole bunch of visits with my parents, and it was super fun experience. And I got to travel a little bit and just talk to my parents about what I want to do in the future. And Kansas State was actually my very last visit that I took my junior year, and I just automatically fell in love just with Kansas State in general. I love the college, I love that home feeling, and it wasn't too far from where I'm from. So K State is about a 7.5 hour drive away from home, and um, I didn't want to be in Iowa, so that ruled out all the Iowa schools. I didn't want to stay in Iowa. I wanted to branch out and experience more life outside of Iowa. So that just it was just perfect to be here. And it was close enough where my parents and my family could come and watch me play, but it was far away, so I couldn't just run home every weekend if I got homesick. Like I wanted to grow as an individual in college. So that's what made me want to come to K State, just the distance away from home, the feeling I got just walking on campus. It's beautiful on campus. And immediately it just felt like home away from home. Yeah, I decided to graduate high school early. I graduated high school December 2020 and I came straight to K State. So, graduated a semester early and it was so fun. But I got to be at K State for about 3 months before campus shut down for COVID. And that was kind of scary. And it was also heartbreaking because it was a tough decision to graduate early, but I knew that graduating early would give me more benefits when season came. But when COVID shut everything down, I felt like I kind of made a mistake because, my friends back at home were experiencing all these experiences. And um, yeah, I missed out on 3 months of my senior year of high school. So that kind of sucked. But also, COVID affected everyone and didn't get a prom, didn't get a graduation. Um, so it sucked, but I'm still happy that I graduated early because I got to meet my future teammates and got to get a couple practices under my belt before we returned for, the next season. So my freshman year of college, I was super excited. Just to be in college in general, it's super different, but I was so excited to finally play the sport I love at the highest level. And yeah, I just grinded. I remember just grinding, and it was an unexpected season. Like we didn't know what was going on, fresh out of COVID. We still had to wear masks when we um, were lifting and when we played. And it was super different experience, but that's all that the freshmen knew. That's all we knew because we didn't have anything else other than this. So it was super fun to experience that. And I got the word that I was going to start the very first game with my fellow freshman teammates. That's super exciting. Mackenzie Morris, a libero, and then Katie Fernholz was the middle. And so I wasn't in it alone at all. The three of us as freshmen started, and it was super, super fun. But our very first game was against Iowa State University, and Iowa State did recruit me. And when you get recruited by a school, you kind of have this like chip on like your shoulder when you play them because it's like I didn't pick you, and I want to show you why. So you kind of just get this feeling like, okay, like it's time to perform. So that was our very first game, and I'm from Iowa, so I also felt some sort of way when playing this game. But we started, I remember being super duper nervous, and um it was actually kind of crazy because like the first 5 hits that I took was either out in the block or dug up. So I was probably hitting negative, and I remember there was a timeout, and I kind of just like took a deep breath, and I was like, dang, like what if I'm not made out to play volleyball? Like what if this wasn't the right choice? What if I'm just not gritty like these other girls are? What if I don't know. There was like a whole bunch of things going through my head, and I was like, what if this isn't meant for me? Because like I haven't got my first kill yet. I earned a starting spot, but I'm not performing. Like what's going on? And from the moment I got my very first kill, I just remember like, nah, like this is exactly what I'm supposed to do. And it was just a great experience. So my freshman year was great. Just amazing. I just had no expectations for myself. I just wanted to get out there and play. And I was a very emotional player. I still am a very emotional player. And um, everyone could see it on the court. Like I was just a little firecracker that just wanted to play volleyball and loved what I was doing. So I ended up getting Big 12 Freshman of the Year. And it was absolutely great. I was not expecting it because, again, I didn't have any expectations. And it just felt amazing. But unfortunately, with like the COVID rules and everything, we were one of the first ones out of the tournament. So I didn't get to experience that my freshman year, but I still wouldn't take it back for the world. It was just amazing. Going into my sophomore year, sophomore year was also fun. I um, got to, you know, progress with what I was doing from freshman year, and I just got good. And now that I knew I was good and I kind of established my name out there, one of the first things my dad told me, he was like, now everybody knows who you are. Like, they're not going to think, oh, she's just like a 5'9" girl that can jump high. We'll, we'll just, sit back and relax. No, they actually know that I can play volleyball now. So I think sophomore year was a year of growth and um, a year of just getting my head right, and still an underclassman, so looking up to my teammates and figuring out where I fit on my team. And coming out of sophomore year, I got all conference, and we made it to the tournament. We lost first round to Florida State, but that again, I wanted to experience that, and experiencing losing in the tournament and how it felt and just the way it felt playing in the tournament, I wouldn't change that for the world. Going into my junior year, let's start there. Um, I felt absolutely great. Like I felt strong, like I could jump higher. I felt um, like when I jumped, I could actually see the court and I could place the ball nicely. And I just felt amazing during off season and going into preseason. Um, and then I got pulled out during one of our preseason games, and that hurt a lot. I didn't know why I was getting pulled out. It didn't feel like I was getting pulled out for the right reasons, in my opinion, of course. And that's what started a roller coaster of feelings and a roller coaster of a season. And it just sucked. My junior year season of volleyball sucked really, really, really bad for me. It was one of those things that I needed to experience as an athlete, getting pulled and feeling those feelings, because I think I came out stronger from it. But I remember feeling all season long like I was fighting a battle with myself. Um, I knew I could play volleyball. Like I did in my freshman and sophomore year, and I did great. And I was confident my freshman and sophomore year. So I knew I could play volleyball. I knew I could put the ball down on the ground. I've done it before. But when I got pulled and when I, would not start and, would just get thrown in the game, I felt it wasn't a chip on my shoulder, because for me, when someone says, "Oh, I had a chip on my shoulder," that's what makes you perform better. But rather, I had some mind block that made me perform worse. Um, so, yeah, my junior year sucked, and I just didn't know where to go from that. Like, I knew that I felt some sort of way with volleyball because obviously I cared. I cared enough to, be upset that I wasn't playing or be upset at myself that I wasn't performing. But in a sense, it felt like I kind of fell out of love with volleyball because I was like, it doesn't feel good. Like, I'm upset. I'm not playing. Um, no matter how hard I try to be a great teammate, like I still felt this way with volleyball. And yeah, it hurt. And I made my mind up kind of in the middle of my junior year that, wow, I need to transfer schools, because if I can't find love for the sport here, I need to find it somewhere else, because I can't just give up on volleyball. Um, so that made me kind of upset because I love K State. I love the school. I wanted to graduate from K State, wanted to walk in my purple gown and graduate, but it was something I made up in my mind that I need to do this for myself and my love for volleyball. Our last game was against Baylor at Baylor, and I remember going into the locker room, and I was very, very, very upset because I was like 10 kills away from getting my 1,000 kills for my career, and I just didn't play. So I didn't reach that goal at the end of my junior year. And I remember walking into the locker room, and we were all upset, we just lost, and I kind of just looked at my teammates. I was like, hey, like, I'm sorry, I want to tell you guys all that um, I will be transferring. um, and they knew I was upset, they knew how I felt, and a lot of them understood. And I love my teammates, I love every one of them. My junior year, they all understood why I was feeling and going through that. And I feel like they would have rathered me transfer and figure myself out in the sport out than just quit volleyball. So I love them for that. And then got on a plane. We're coming back to Manhattan, and we get a Teamworks message, text, or whatever from our um, administrator, and she was like, "Hey, we're gonna have a mandatory volleyball meeting in the football team room. Um, Come." It was in the morning, and we were like, "Oh." A lot of us knew what the text was about and what was gonna go on, but we still kind of felt some sort of way, obviously. So yeah, we the next day after we lost against Baylor, we went to Veneer. We sat in the team room, and our administrator came in, and she was like, "We're gonna get a new head coach. We're gonna basically clean house, and we're gonna get a new head coach. We got this amazing arena being built, and we're gonna start anew." And I had to sit down and think about that. And I was like, yeah, I'm staying at K State now. Like, I have to, because not necessarily that I have to, but it was just like, this is my new start. Like, I was going to transfer and find a good school and start anew, but I was like, no, this is my new start. And I'm going to be in a new arena with new coaches, some new teammates. This is my new start. So I decided to stay at K State, and I'm so happy that I did because, again, I wanted to graduate from K State. I love K State. And yeah, so we got a new head coach, and I remember he came in the spring going into my senior year. And, when you have a mental block like I did my junior year, I was still feeling like I wasn't good at volleyball. Like, um, yeah, sure, I'm going to start new and I'm starting to figure out this mental block, but I still was like, nervous because one, I had to prove myself not only to the new coaches and to my teammates, but I had to prove it to myself. And my new coach that spring came in and we were doing a drill. And I remember he kind of just pulled me aside and was like, you can jump high. You can hit over the block. Like, I know this, but basically, he was telling me, like, you have to believe in yourself and believe that you can do it. Um, or else it's just not going to happen. And that's kind of when I started to realize, like, it's all me. Like, it's my mental block. It's me not believing in myself and that I could truly do what I want to do with volleyball. Um, and yeah, from there, I just started getting better and better. And sometimes I look back on my junior year and I'm just like, dang, like, I could have done so many great things that year. But I truly believe that I needed to go through that to be a good player. So yeah, going into my senior year was so fun. We had this brand new arena at K State for volleyball and Olympic sports, and I remember that first game or that first scrimmage that we had. We had a purple and white scrimmage against each other, and it was packed in there. And it felt great. It felt so amazing. And prior to my senior year, we played Nebraska at Nebraska. We've played at Texas before. And, those are packed gyms, packed arenas. And I love feeling the pressure of packed arenas and it just feels good playing there. But we never played somewhere where our fans packed up an arena like that because we had to play at Bramlage for COVID and Ahern kind of shut down. And Bramlage was too big for us and it truly wasn't our home. But yeah, when we got that arena up and going, it just felt amazing. I'm talking about purple everywhere and EMA and Go Cats. So wow, it just felt good. And um, my senior year was incredible. We beat four ranked opponents. We took down Iowa State, Baylor, BYU, and Texas, and uh, it was amazing. And through it all, I guess I kind of got my swagger back. I guess I believed in myself. I was confident in not only myself but my teammates. I have great teammates, and yeah, I just wanted to win. And my teammates just wanted to win, and my head coaches just wanted to win. And we wanted to do it in our new arena for K State. And we played some incredible games. Uh, but unfortunately, we were, again, just like my freshman year, the first ones out of the tournament. And we just weren't expecting that. Um, we took down four ranked wins, two top 10 opponents, and we thought that we deserved to be in the tournament. Um, and I said my piece about it on Instagram, but yeah, it sucked. And I thought I didn't know if I was going to come back for my COVID year. I kind of just sat down with myself and I was like, do I want to experience something new? Because, my goal was to graduate from K State and play all 4 years at K State. But I got gifted, it feels like, this next year, this fifth year, because of COVID. So, do I want to go somewhere big? Do I want to go to a big city? Do I want to go really far away from home? I just didn't know, but I wanted to get through my senior year before I made any decision. So, I thought that we had more time to play, but after selection Sunday, that was it for us, and we um, kind of just like had to sit there and digest it. And I wanted to give myself a week to stop being mad and give myself a week to just figure out what I wanted to do. So after selection Sunday, I was like, all right, I'm really mad. I'm pissed off. Let me just sit back and let this feeling run through me so I can sit down and make a good decision. And the more I waited for this anger to kind of just like vanish, the more mad I got because again, we all thought that we deserved to make it to the tournament, but we didn't. And I was just angry. I was like, oh, like this was our chance. We have some seniors that can't come back. They took their fifth year already. And oh, I was just so mad. But I remember I sat down with head coach and um, he was just telling me, and all the coaches were telling me, like, we'll respect whatever decision you make and we'll help you along the way. And um, I was just like, listen, I'm so angry that we didn't make the tournament, and I don't even want to go through the process of recruiting again because I'm so mad. And it's not necessarily that I was mad at the other schools that made it. Of course not. They deserved it. But I was just mad that we didn't make it. So I decided that I'm going to come back for my fifth year. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm coming back for my fifth year. I'm so excited. And um, my teammates are mad. I'm mad. We're all just mad. And I think that it's a great thing to have. And it's the best motivation we can have um, just to really put our heads down and start working. And, I don't know what this next year will bring. Um, but I'm so, so, so excited. And I don't know, I'm just excited to get into off season and work really hard and figure out what I'm going to do. So I just graduated in December and I have a major, I have a degree in kinesiology, and that's super great. And I have one more year. So I decided to get a coaching certificate, and I'm really excited just to learn about that and see where it takes me. But, you know, I just want to play volleyball and have a good time while doing it. So, yeah, that's kind of just my story and my journey of um, being at K State and being a volleyball player. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, just the ups and downs of being an athlete. Um, but yeah, so thanks for watching. Super glad I made this video, and I'm excited to see what the future holds.